Hello again everyone, it's Dave, M0OGY. Got a week's vacation, so decided to do a bit of work. As you can see, I managed to get the grass cut, but we started building this antenna. I bought it about a year ago now, second hand off a lad who's in the Alpha Tangos from Middlesbrough. I'm restoring it. It's quite old, I would say. It was made in the late 90s, early 2000s. It's a Jogunn conventional 5-element monobander for 11 metres, built for the CB operators in the States. We got the boom and the majority of the antenna built and restored the back end of last year, well, beginning of autumn really, and run out of good weather, and a few of the screws and fasteners and fixings was missing, so I had to order them from the States. So as we've seen before, the couplers are mild steel. They had been up a long while, so they'd started going rusty, so I had them grit blasted and powder coated at a local powder coating company. As you can see there, built it all up. The boom is around 17-18 foot long in 3 sections. It's a 2-inch by 2-inch box section aluminium. It's got a wire above it, which is basically a support to stop it drooping when you've got all the elements on. So today, hopefully, weather permitting, to get all the elements on it, which are all laid out in order there. It goes from the largest at the back of the beam to the smallest at the front. Your second pairing have the gamma match on. They're quite easy. All they do is slot onto the spokes, as Jogunn call them, which are them little stubby bits that's screwed inside the mast. They just slot on, got one on each side. So yeah, but yeah, we run out of a few parts, so I emailed Jogunn to see if I could buy some more, and they put me in contact with one of their dealers, Tony at Palco Electronics in the States, which Julia bought all the fastener kit new, which really I just need the ones for the elements now. It's got the old ones in what I've already built. Also sent the owner's instructions, which I did have a copy for the aerial. So that's what we're doing today. We'll have to clean them up, put the screws in, amalgamating tape the joints to make them nice and waterproof, and then we will be fastening them from the 3rd piece down, do the bottom, and then I'll have to tilt the tower back over end, turn the rotator so it's pointing south, and we'll get the other elements on and the gamma match. So we'll catch you in a bit. Right, we just built all the elements up. They're all slightly different lengths. We'll start getting from the longest element on the back, which is a reflector. Then you've got the driven element, which is that second one in, and then it gets smaller and smaller while the front. They're linked together with these, what are very much like stainless steel roofing bolts. These come in the kits, in these little bags, as you can see there. They're all label tip screws. Takes a while to screw them in, as they're a bit like when you have to tap a hole. You've got to really feel them in and get them in square. The holes are already pre-drilled in the tubes, but as it's a second antenna, it's already had screws in there, and you just have to be a bit careful to put them in square. And then I've used a good quality self-amalgamating tape to cover the screws and the joins. There is some plastic under there, some red plastic caps that are on end of the first tube, but I've gone straight over the top of it, all the space to self-amalgamate everything to stop water ingress. These screws, they've got a screwdriver head, but certainly don't recommend you use a screwdriver, you'll just chomp them up. Obviously being American, everything's imperial, so that's the spanner I use to tighten them up, a 5/16 spanner. So we'll come back in a few moments, or an hour or so, when I've got the elements, or some of the elements, onto the boom, which is behind us. Catch you in a few moments. Welcome back. It's now Tuesday, about 7:15 in the evening. I've been working on the 5-element Jogunn most of today and yesterday. See up there, we've all got all the elements on. They all fasten onto what they call spokes, which are just basically pieces of tube which pass through the 2" by 2" box section and the screw in. We've got all the elements on. 5 elements, in fact there's 10 elements because they're in halves. 1, 2, 5. So it's nearly done. We've still got you've got the back element, which is the biggest one, and you've got the driven element, which still needs the gamma match fitting on. I've got all the brackets on it. Maybe just see there, there's the brackets. I still need a plastic insulator to go on the bottom of the gamma match, that's why it's not on. There's a gamma match. It's the stock one, which I think is rated either 5 or 12 kilowatts, I'm not too sure. I know there's an optional extra one that will handle 20 kilowatts, so it says, for an additional $170, I think. So I'm sure that'll suffice for what little bit of power I'll be running through it. There's a spoke. It's held in by some new stainless steel bolts there. You see there? And there's screws that hold the elements into each spoke. I've self-amalgamated tape it both up. I'm off to change them. It's got 2 of those turnbuckles, and I've got some new rings, plated rings that come from over in the States as well to put on. That adjusts up your rope. There's a long way up there. I think the boom is around 17-18 foot. The boom's about as long as an half-wave vertical. I've still got the screws and the bolts up there to change. When I first bought the antenna, I just got some from a local bolt stockist, but being imperial, they only had black unplated ones, so I've changed them up to there. They come over from Jogunn in a kit of parts. They're all stainless steel. I changed them as well for stainless. What you have to do, it slots on the top of your stub mast, and then you have to drill 2 holes through your stub mast. Stub mast obviously got the other beams on, but you have to drill 2 holes through, which is a bit of a pain to be fair, but it makes a solid job of it. So there you are, all 5 elements on. If you're wondering how we got the top elements on, basically turn your rotator around, had it north for a start, tilted the tower over, put 3 elements on, tilted the tower back over where it should be, turned it south and tilted it over. It's the only way you can get up to the top elements. You're struggling to work off step ladders at the best of times. Got all new caps to go on the end of the elements, nothing wrong with them, but just got some new ones. So yeah, I'm sure this will work very well on 10 metres as well. It's designed for the CB band, made by Jogunn in Alabama, States. So I'll have to get it tilted over, turn it round, alter the top 6 bolts. We've got a gamma match to put on when I get the extra piece, the plastic spacer. I could make one, I suppose, but I'm not in no big hurry, to be fair. Put some good quality coax up to it. I'll set it up with the MFJ analyzer, tilt it up a bit. It should be fairly reasonable to even set up at that. Rather than messing about, set the gamma match, we should be on air. So I'll show you it when it's tilted over. Right, we just tilted the tower over, so it took about 5 minutes, don't take long. Got it up in the air, it's pointing, this is the back, we're looking at the back of it, it's pointing south at the moment. You see each element, the back one's larger than the driven element, which is slightly larger, and the next and smaller and smaller. That's how it goes. So just got to get the gamma match on, some good quality, I don't know, some West Flex or good quality coax up there. And we should be cooking with gas. Big thank you to Palco Electronics, who's supplied the spare parts that I've bought off them to restore it. It's took a bit of doing. I've had it about a year. It's took an awful lot of work, to be honest, but I think it's worth it in the end. I think in the States they're around $600–700 to buy over there, and then God knows what it costs to ship it and pay our friends at the customers and excise, who knows. So all in all, it should work well. I'm looking forward to using it. So there you have it, the Jogunn 5-element monoband conventional, which for the CB band 11 metres, and hopefully we might be able to get it to work on 10 metres. The spacing's not quite right for it, but I'm sure it'll work. Thanks for watching the video. 7 threes from Dave M0 OGY. Still got a bird on it there. Bye bye.